Folks, we're back with more of the Scourge Lord and his terrible awe. Evan Kelp, the Dark One, rides west. Oh, east. Excuse me. Meanwhile, back in the west, we have a battle at the tower commencing. We have plenty of gold, which we should start buying some troops, but we'll buy them at this tower. As we continue our expansion, you'll see one of our units is dug. Should pop up here soon. Where'd they go? Maybe I missed them digging up? Taking a couple losses here, but that's expected. Oof. That he's doing some work right there, but he's taking damage now, and he's gonna get killed. Alright. I've definitely decided I don't like battle reports, guys. I hate to say it. But the battle reports really slow down how quickly I can go through battles, and I like to watch them all, generally. And we just really skip past what we don't like or speed up what we don't think is useful, so... I don't think it generally is that big of an issue we run into, where we're like, oh god, These guys aren't tiny, are they? Oh god, they are tiny. Only 50-50. But I've been thinking of a couple different factions we're doing in the future. We're probably going to do the Baron and the Illusionist next. Which those will probably go a little quickly. I don't imagine they'll go long, as we're running through all the factions now. I don't know if I'll ever play the Cloud King, or whatever it's called. Not in love with it. I accidentally bought some regular archers here. Because I was thinking about the Baron instead of our Scourge Lord in all his glory. Probably looking for a new place we can build another pyramid, because it's just, once you start getting off the ground like this, I don't think it's a bad idea to just continually build pyramids and scourge yourself into, or you could say gorge yourself on the darkness. We do another Dark Scourge summoning. More Dark Serpents. We've seen those already, so we don't need to talk about them. Let's boop around here. What's holding us back? A couple Solus. We don't need them. Grabbing our pillar, and we're going to Dark Bonds. No, that's actually just an abandoned mine. Thinking whether or not that's worth it. It'll give us an extra iron for a lot of life for it. I probably won't do that, actually, now that I think about it. Doing a little scouting. Might kill some of these wilderness creatures. This might actually be able to kill our guys here, but be unfortunate. But sometimes it can't be avoided to take losses, and other times you just walk into it. This is definitely one of those walk into it times. Just want to make sure there's nothing down here, and we'll probably kill these ants. We are successful. Then we need to do more things. Ooh. This might indicate the capital is nearby. We'll kill this guy. It's a peddler. Simple peddler. Won't give us really anything too grand, but I think he does drop some supplies. If I'm not mistaken. I could definitely be, though. We've abused not getting this magic library, and we really should do it, even though she's got level 3 spells. But that'll be Yazel who will accomplish that for us. Then we might want to start running around with another squad after we build our next monument, so that'll mean another Dark Herald. And then this guy, once we have another pyramid, could probably focus on troop production. Wouldn't be a bad idea to just have him pumping out units or getting to level 3. We have stuff back here being taken. Okay, the lookout. It will serve as a tower for us to actually look out from and see if we can see anything interesting beyond our borders here. As our Scourge is continuing to grow. Just regular serpents. Killed all these jungle villages that were over here before the dark times came. I think this is an interesting class in the sense that you could imagine this is the reason there might be so many haunted capital, or the haunted capital and haunted cities. is the Scourge Lord has drained them, because they do end up doing that to larger settlements, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yeah, there's nothing else here. Just wanted to make sure. Grab some spearmen. I'm gonna go do a siege. A plane with a regular Hydra in it. Ain't that something? I think right about here we'll build our next pyramid. Grab from the surrounding regions. I hope we don't overrun a capital or something, because that would be unfortunate, because we'd like to keep that intact for a while. But if it does end up happening, it wouldn't be, you know, the most terrible thing to ever occur. It would just be a slight inconvenience. So we go here. Grab even more of these guys. Drop a single one back here. And what do we want to do? Let's build our pyramid here. Have to do a pillar of power first, and that'll cause this turn to go by, and the next turn we'll do a pyramid, which will have a lot more resources next to it, because its range is much higher. We bop through. Let's check how many factions are still in Elysium this turn. A little curious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 besides us. I have no idea where they are. Not a clue. Get ourselves some more desert warriors. Pick them all except for one. And we can get our pyramid going. Not enough gold. Oh, we spent too much money. My word. How much do we need? So we'll have that next turn. Okay, good. That's fine. Meanwhile, this is draining these settlements that will no longer exist in a little bit here. Stop buying things. You're being greedy. In the back here, buying too many units. So we explore and go to conquer. Kill all these wild animals. Need to go retake that pillar too. Even though it's starting to kill a bunch of forest around it, as our pillars are apt to do. Constructing a pyramid. Oh, we see some holy people and what looks to be hobergs with a bunch of animals. They're horticulture. I'm not even. My pronunciations are not good. You all know that. And next turn, we're actually just going to make a Scourge King so that we can have other Scourge Lords. And then this guy can spawn us heralds and build pyramids and do all that neat mid-level stuff. But there can only be one Scourge King, so we must keep that in mind. And you can sentry. Actually, he's going to be stuck next turn, so we won't do it next turn. We'll do it like a turn or so after. I think he's stuck this turn. Yeah. But very soon, things are going to pick up a little bit. We can do this because we have plenty of resources that we're creating. I'd like to go kill those Mises. Unconcerned about that pillar at this current moment. Just clear the ancient forest. Then I think we'll build a pyramid back here, because there's not that many settlements in this region of the world that we're too concerned about. And build it smack dab in the center here. But that'll be when our Liege Lord, now crowned, ascends. And they have to become a Scourge Lord. So we have created the Scourge King. We got our Black Scourge summons immediately, but they're expensive as all heck. We got some good spells here. Alright. Chill of the Dead, which is a bunch of cold damage. These might hit our own troops sometimes, though. That's the one big problem. And then we have Symbol of Dread, which is just a fear spell, which is really good, as you can see here. It'll burst 100 fear and do damage. So those are good spells. We can turn off Terror. We want to keep on Terror, actually. We might want to keep on Terror. Yeah, we'll turn off Dehydration. Keep on Shadow Form, too. Why not? But you can see he's also got an HP benefit. There's some lore down here that he's, like, emboldened himself with other people's life force. Or not other people's, the nature's life force. And we'll have another Scourge Lord. Now we can get a bunch of Scourge Lords out if we'd like. Finger of Death. Weakness. I'll stick with Finger of Death. But he can build a pyramid back here for us as soon as he's able next turn. If he gets the right Scourge things. Although we only have about 100 to work with. And we have Kobolds on the attack, and they're going to cost us a nice price for taking this gold mine. Gonna need to enact some vengeance upon them. But vengeance can wait a minute. Did not get what we needed. It's fine. These are both pumping out a clear 50. They might attack our towers. This guy's gonna be a little slow to get over there. Especially if we build a pyramid now. But I really want a pyramid over here. Draining this area all into deserts. You could say that would be the just desserts. But we'll also, in the intermediate term, we can also build Cell Souls now, which benefit from the Dark Blessing, which is real nice. These guys will get a whole bunch of weird shit from the Blessing. We don't get to decide, and it's never in a specific order, as most blessings aren't. But they generally, in my perspective, in my opinion, end up to be better blessings than what L gets. And they can end up being, you know, expensive, but your life force you garner very quickly once we hit this stage of the game, in my experience. Thankfully, L doesn't banish our units, otherwise we'd be a little afraid of him. Oh god, they built a dragon. Ugh, that is a problem. We don't have a lot of lightning resistance right now. There's like one unit I think we have that has lightning resistance, and it's super expensive. But expenses will soon cease to be a giant issue. Okay, still not getting what we need. Dark Blessing and a Point Herald. I don't want to drift too far from this, but we will drift this way a little bit and grab this market village, upping our gold gain. Soon we're going to want to amass Cell Souls once we get a bunch of money. Sorry, a bunch of Scourge stuff so we can bless them. Okay, no. There we go. And it is done. Another Pyramid of Power. And our Scourge King will actually now be more probably important for him to get more Scourge as well, because we're just going to keep expanding off this here. Although we're searching for mountain range not near this pyramid. The captain. Just so we can... We won't sit our ghouls on the Pyramid of Power this time. We'll just take stuff off of it every once in a while. Even though here they're sitting there, and they're actually pretty vulnerable. We'll actually move you here just to make sure the wild animals don't take that. We need to get vengeance upon the kobolds. We have a long list of chores to do. And as the Dark Overlord, we have a duty to complete it. Oh, the dragon's attacking. I feel like the dragons are always lazy till they're on the enemy side, but also has a Ring of Evasion, which makes this dragon super dangerous. We have plenty of mindless units, though, that can beam that dragon down, but they will die in the mass as they attack it. A little disappointed about that. Take this iron mine. Ugh. Okay. And that dragon will eventually pop back on that mine when we take it. He's already decided to fly back there. Music's kind of quiet today. What's up, folks? Our loyal companion, Floki, my cat, has decided to grace me with his presence on the ground and be like, hey, why aren't you petting me at this current minute? Ooh, what do we want to do? I think we're in a relative time of peace. And I will use that to... Ow. Buddy, don't lick me. Your tongue is weird and icky. What was that? Hold on. Okay, these are different blues. I thought those were the same blue. It briefly confused me to a large... What is this map? Hope these guys aren't weirdly alone over here or something. Are we getting... Oh, no. I thought we got free spawn for a minute. I got our captain confused with an actual unit. Let's continue to build fortification here of our weird little archers, although they'll die very quickly to stuff like this. Could take this. I think we should. Although I'm sure they'll just try and take it back. They didn't turn this into a hatchery, which is an interesting blunder on their part, perhaps. Maybe an intentional thing, but we'll have to see. I'm gonna save for hitting that button again up there, but over here we have some money we can spend. What do we want to do? Let's get this guy's army kitted out. Ooh, Scourge Flame. I believe we've already talked about Scourge Flames, haven't we? Let me just make sure. Oh no, I don't think we have we? I'm gonna assume we haven't. These guys are great. They are a 37 hit point, 7 magic resistance, 0 armor, ethereal unit, so 75% of attacks are going to pass through if they're not magical, which, you know, most factions don't have magical attacks available automatically, so that is going to be something they're going to have to specifically get for you. It has a Scourge Flame that causes decay, and, you know, this is like a better fire elemental in every capacity, because he heals, too. Unless they've changed all the Warlock's fire elementals, which I haven't seen a Warlock in a game yet, which I'm a little confused about. But, well, actually, no, I have. I've seen an air Warlock. I haven't seen a fire one, which just slaughtered me, and they're killing more of our precious mines, as their dragon is being very expedient with murdering us. They've dropped their little tactical nuke on us. This place is getting all deserted now, as the Pyramid of Power and these pillars have already drained a lot of the land. It will just mercilessly take away from that which there is. Continue to do Scourge summons with the anticipation we're going to have to fight a dragon. Okay, now we can do a Monument of Power, but that's going to take some saving up. These will steal 100 points, and they're built on mountains, and it doesn't require a pyramid or pillar, so they are good. They will drain the land of all its resources. Don't know if we want to save for that yet or not. We'll see how we feel. We don't need to take this. The pyramid is currently in this range, I believe. Watch this battle at the port. As Evan Kelp continues, oh, look at that. Just causing fear and damage. Don't hit your own troops. That's all I ask of you, Evan. He's just draining life from his own units. You can see that here. It's unfortunate because we've won this battle, so please stop. Stop hurting your friends. Mr. Kelp. Alright, that was good. Very good stuff. We'll ignore that. I'd love to show you guys the level 3 summons, but I don't think we should do that yet. The idea that we are saving for better stuff. We're going to drop... Oh, actually, we can recruit from ports now, so we don't need to drop anything. And just do this. And it's going to take us forever to get the next kind of draining resource we have with the Monument of Power if we don't get more production. Unfortunately, there's a dragon in one of our places that we need. And pretty soon we should have more commanders running around, grabbing everything we want. Which means another Dark Herald. But I'd like to get our pillar established relatively quickly, because that's going to mean we're going to really snowball and get out of control. Which, once this faction gets off the ground, it's one of the better factions in the game. With its late-game stuff, its mid-game stuff. Just in mass, it becomes very, very good. Stuff is being taken over here. So we will take our noble ghouls and kill these snakes, and we'll kill these deer. We're gonna have to figure out how to deal with the dragon and hope he doesn't jump immediately on top of us. We'll probably do a couple summons before we get to him. Over here we have a bishop who needs attending to, but I'm a little worried about conversion. But we have level 3 spells. We might even kill him prior to him reaching us. See if he runs. Oh, he's attacking another one of our watchtowers. This is just a waste of money at this point. Well, it caused him a little bit of damage. I don't know if we're going to catch that bishop. Darn it. Not going to. We'll move a single tile, take that back. This guy will do a bunch of Dark Scourges. Okay, we got our first Ant Queen. We don't control this lady. She will run around and kill things and eventually make ant mines, and you'll see the ant farm start to construct. Which is going to be fun. Oh, God. Have we seen a Basilisk? I don't see any on the map. And I doubt I lost one already. I have no idea, but we'll talk about it. Basilisk are absolute murderers. They have 11 HP, 6 magic resistance, 0 armor, and you're like, oh, this looks crappy. They have desert stealth, cold blood, so bad in snowy locations when it comes to strength, but that doesn't really matter. Desert move and wall climbing, but the thing that makes this unit, you don't even need to think about the beak. Think about this death gaze with a 25-foot cone, not 25 feet, 25 square cone. And magic resistance negates, but with great difficulty. So this thing will just murder. But you have a problem, and the problem is he will murder your own units. You can see our Ant Queen. We'll go dig her holes. Wolves taking off a turn of our pyramid. It's very unfortunate. Yeah, but that Basilisk will just murder your own units. I'm tempted just to show you what it looks like with the dragon. Also, it would be very, I think, good against the dragon, even though he's got high magic resistance, although it might turn on us and basically do worse against us than anything else. We don't want to attack something simple like that with it. We'll just summon this turn with this guy. Build up the army. Okay, Scourge Ants. And we're going to attack this library first before we deal with this dragon. See what those guys do over time. It's not really a lot of guys, but we could always retake whatever attacks that with the tower one day. We got down here. Well, I don't want to take damage from the catapult. Another Ant Queen. Basically the same. And I don't believe we can take her stuff. Yeah, this is one of those units you can't take her stuff. You eventually can take all the other little summons, though. We will murder this. We will absolutely destroy those Hobergs. And you all know... Oh, thank you, Mr. Hoberg. You've made life a lot simpler for me. We run over here, click this button, and then we'll click this button and kill the Hobergs that remain from that very bad battle. That was not a good idea. Down here... Oh, what do we want to kill? We'll kill this first and start getting mages. My hope is that we will quickly advance and kill this mage before she can get a bunch of level 3 frost magic on us. Could go wrong. We're going to risk it a little bit. Sentry you again. Saving up our monies, our resources. We have a unit already digging behind and drawing out all their troops. We're getting blasted with cold. Numbness, which is a new effect that you might see in my Kobold campaign. Hint, hint. Which will likely be out before this. We'll talk about it there at some point. Probably like the last episode or a couple episodes before that. Can't remember exactly. And we have the Necklace of the Winter Queen, which just basically give us ice resistance. Here we will slaughter those few Hobergs. There's nothing to say there. Really. And now we can kill L. He's foolishly walked up to us. Reckless abandon, as most zealots do. Lost a lot of men in this army, so we need to recuperate. Spiders will massively help with that recuperation. And we left our Basilisk. We'll put him on the library or something, probably. I don't want to kill all this. I don't know if this pyramid... I don't think this pyramid's in range. It could definitely be, though. No idea. With this guy, we're going to do two things. First, we're going to do our first Dark Blessing, which that's a nice Dark Blessing. We now all... Whoever has this tag, which is right now just our heralds, really, from what we have recruited, get poison resistance. Which you can imagine, if I were to recruit a bunch of these cell souls, we'll recruit one right now, you'll have a bunch of poison resistance guys now. At least 50%. And these guys only get better. They have no shield, but if you can get a good bless on them, they will rock the house tonight. And, you know, once they're blessed, they're blessed. Unfortunately, our foolish queen is going to die to a Hydra. She is a stupid unit. So there's nothing we can do about that. Tried to fear them. Many stayed. They have high morale for a crappy unit. They do not have what they need to convert our units in the back, which is the only thing I was really worried about, so we're going to be okay. As we have a nice little shooting factory at these guys. And we'll just lance them to death. Death, magic, our hyena, somehow surviving. He's weakened, though. Stop draining. Okay, he's draining bushes, so I don't care so much if he drains bushes, as long as he doesn't kill our units. It's always a problem dealing with that with this guy, if there's no vegetation around. Do I feel confident in this attack? Question. Question of the day. That one's already starting to lose power. We're going to want to build one of our big spire things soon. And we are... How close are we? I think we need 250 of everything, which is just pricey as hell. Continue to slaughter our enemies, looking for a mountain range outside of the range of this pyramid. I think up here we will use our Dark Scourge. How do I feel about this? Don't love the evasion, I'll be honest. Last thing I want to do is lose a whole army to a dragon. What is the morale? We have really low morale, too. If we had more mindless ants, that'd be nice. These big ones would survive at least one lightning strike, but we don't. They're not doing too hot. We could try a gambit, and I think that might be what I do. We're gonna have to wait a little bit. And you guys will see what I'm talking about when I say gambit, and it might be a terrible idea, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Unless the dragon decides to attack us, which he very well might. Which could cause some problems. Okay, that obviously went well. Burgmeister is killed. Might have been that guy. Paladins are going to take the port. Probably should have been recruiting more troops in. I've been foolishly saving. We'll definitely take that. We will cause them slightly more attrition. As we foolishly move back, seeing our blunder. Need to build more defenders, guys. Didn't get what we wanted, so I can't show off what I wanted to do to you yet. And by you, I mean the dragon, not to you, the audience. Drop the Solus. Have more, my lord. All these little dead guys joining us in our fight. You have a burrower, and you'll see, unlike most factions, these kobolds have a very low ability to deal with these little tiny ants. They killed it, but caused them all manner of strife. Probably would have been better if he didn't burrow. Ooh, that looks like a challenge from that paladin. What's he thinking here? He's thinking, I have a decent amount of units. What's his bless looking like? Magic resistance, morale, and hit points. So these guys are pretty good comparatively what they usually are. Paladin's even better. But we have archers. So... Speaking of archers, we still didn't get what I'm looking for to deal with this stuff. Buy some cell souls and start lining our gates with those guys, because these dudes will pack a punch. A lot better than regular infantry, although you get way less of them. And the hope is to eventually bless the hell out of them. So look at it as an investment. Oh, dear Christ. Go away. Go away. I don't want to run around with the Basilisk behind these lines. It'll just cause a lot of death. We'll go kill this. Have high-level spells. They only have one magic guy in that paladin, and he's not that good. Yazzle. You will sit here, because I'd rather meet that dragon in the open field, but we have a plan in store for it. If you've guessed it, you've guessed it, but I'm not saying until we really try it. This should go fine. As we hit some of our own units with that, but blasting entire lines away is probably worth it. See him getting frozen. He's getting frozen back. Oh, probably one of these. Yeah, Chill of the Dead. Forgot we have access to an ice spell now. It's decided to go sit in another place. Ooh, finally. Okay. Our plan can be enacted. We want the cheapest one we can get, which is going to be this captain. And what he's going to do... Why did the kobolds lose ownership of this? He's going to go sit on that mine, is what he's going to do. And if you've guessed our plan, well, then you know how terrible this is about to be. We'll see if it works, and if it doesn't, we might need to turn around. But fortune favors the bold, maybe? Maybe, question mark? Big question mark? Mr. Basilisk, you are now in charge of this market village. He's the governor. Okay, we have a regular ooh. Ooh. That would create a large problem for our commander, though. Because he doesn't have that big of an HP pool to begin with. It's not terrible. We can increase it through blessings, but... we'll do it. We'll kill these kobolds. Should kill them rather quickly. They'll do a bunch of damage to us, but we'll shoot the hell out of them, and only have that one caster, so... shouldn't be too dangerous. And our spells will just fuck them up, because if you know anything about kobolds, we have a fear spell, and they're, and they have low magic resistance, technically. Not low or low, but not great. So, yeah, just average, I should say. Watch this fight. Just absolutely blast them. Kobold's already running. Barely putting up a fight. The shaman, the only one really not instantly fleeing here in this garrison. Which they're trying to run, but they're like, oh god, we're locked in! We're locked in! What have you done? So we just murder some little kobolds. Our Scourge King now is cursed with a crystal heart. And the dragon attacked whatever was there. I didn't see it in the quick time we saw it get attacked. But this is our plan. This could go terribly wrong. But I don't love Basilisk anyway, so, maybe he'll do a bunch of damage to it. And if he doesn't finish it off, well, then we can try. Is our ingenious plan, our maybe cockamamie plan, whatever that word means, in this day and age. I'm not actually sure. Maybe I shouldn't say words I don't know the exact meaning of. Should probably buy a scout. Buy it. If we ever need it, we'll go grab it. And again, you only probably need a scout when you know you need one. That didn't work at all. Bad idea. Bad plan. He had high magic resistance, so I should have thought about that. But I did, and I was like, well, I want to try it to see if we get lucky and he gets absolutely damaged, but didn't work. We could just leave him there. But I want my iron resource back. I want to kill all the kobolds. These are two things I desperately want. Why do you have one less movement? Because you keep picking up Solus. Oh my goodness. problematic little Solus. Oh, there we go. This is the beautiful thing we need. Although they're going to line up behind our spiders, the Scourge ants will do crazy little acid beams all over the place. Little Scourge ants. We have another queen, so we'll just leave her be. And we're going to go try and take on this dragon. I can't promise it'll go well, because he's going to chain lightning everyone. But I hope we Finger of Death it and get a success. And also, if we don't, we'll poison the hell out of it. And it'll get acid blasted like crazy, which will hurt it. And yeah, that's our plan. Dragons are scary, though, so could very much not go in our favor. Continue to spend our gold kind of fortifying our front here. That's fine. We don't need any more. Oh, dear Christ. That hurts. First Finger of Death is a failure. Spider's running... Ah! Second one worked! Hells yeah, guys. Hells yeah. We did it. We Fingered of Death the mighty dragon. Which means we are now reprieved. Oh god, this Kraken. Kraken's gonna be irritating, isn't he? Left a bunch of ghouls back there. We're just gonna retake this with him. We're not gonna bother dark bondsing it just in case anyone runs up on us. We don't have a lot of patrollers. Although I'd love to do it. Just not in the cards right now. What? That's scary. He's also stupid. Not very scary. He's dead. But I got scared because something attacked me and I didn't recognize it, and then I did. It's just one of their weird angels. I was like, does it think it can beat me? Like, what is the idea here? Gave me a little heart attack. Can't remember what our third ritual is. I don't think it's very good. Geez, what do we want to do? I know you all want to see me click that button. You all clamoring, being like, click the button. We need to get more regular troops here. Or we could click the button. Which, you know, clicking the button is fun, but I know for a fact one of the units we can get when clicking the button we're about to click really benefits off of Bless, and we don't have a good Bless, but this isn't it. Instead, this is the Scourge Wind. I love this unit. This unit's great. It's a 57 HP, 7 magic resistance, 4 strength, that doesn't matter, 0 armor unit. But these aren't what make it good, except for the HP. The HP makes it good. The poison resistance, shock resistance, sleep immunity, charm immunity, ethereal, so 75% of the attacks are going to miss, unaging, so it doesn't get affected by decay. This makes this an ideal unit versus any necromancer. Air shield, mindless, so it can't, you know, any mind stuff, fuck, go away. Lifeless, so they're immune to certain types of spells. They cause disease when they're being attacked. They fail in a magic trap. They have a 5 trample. They're giant size, flying, and floating. Like, this is the best thing ever. It has all the tags you want and none of the tags you don't. This stat block alone makes it worth the 750. Now, the one downside is this attack isn't crazy for this level of unit. And you'll find, frankly, most of your attacks aren't that crazy on your level 3 units, from my experience. But this, I'd say, is the best level 3 unit I've seen. There's a possibility I haven't seen them all. But from what I've seen, your Scourge Winds are the bread and butter of this faction being successful. And we now have a big front line full of just tornadoes. You throw these guys in a bunch of archers behind them, you get a line of these dudes, like, you're good. You're good to go. Archers in the front will target them. You'll be in some good graces there. Build some desert warriors here. Let's go retake the village. Let this do its thing. Oh god, there's a bunch of brigands, aren't there? Probably all running around. We can definitely take this. Take this palace from the kobolds. Try to hunt down their lair. I wish we had better scouting on this faction. That is one thing I'd like. speed this up. Ooh! You have a shaman? Or did their shaman just leave that there? Yeah, these are little traps. Which pretty much killed the spider. You see, I actually really haven't used the traps, even though I've played through the kobolds. You can see, they basically killed one of these guys. I'm just, like, unimpressed. I have a feeling they could be good against a bunch of spearmen or something, but they're very cheap. But why not just have a kobold with a spear? Defending your fortress. Just let them do it. Don't overexert yourself trying to finagle. Like, if I put this many traps, I think there could be an application of the traps. Maybe tricking the AI to attack. Maybe it doesn't understand there's traps. I have no idea. But that's my thought on it, maybe, where you could use it. But I don't even know if that works very well, so... Don't be like, oh god, I tried this and it didn't work at all. You might, I don't know. Maybe one day we'll try it if we ever go back to the kobolds doing trickaroo. But for now, we'll stay away from it. Yazzle, where do we want? I guess we could go take this. Get some basic defenders. I did not mean to build camels. These guys tend to run out. And charge like dum-dums. There's a couple of wolves. We'll go kill the wolves. As we patrol, you can see this is really starting to lose its power as it just drains everything around it. But you can see how you can just start to desertify decent portions of the map. And we haven't hit our big pillar yet, but once you see it, you'll see we just devastate things pretty much with it. So we thunk some wolves. Oh, some kobolds have come to challenge us. Took something over there that might have been ours. Oh, just took something next to it? Yeah, we didn't have that. Where are they getting spider? Oh, then maybe they converted the spider tribe? Unless there's a place you can recruit spider tribe, which would be interesting to me. So they have more than one mountain is what this means. Or their mountain that they still have has multiple colors of gems, but... I'm gonna say the latter is more, the former is more probable than the latter. We're being ambushed, likely by brigands. Oh yeah, you have that ring of evasion. That makes you kind of good. Down here, let's see how many. Okay, that's not that bad. With regeneration 10 too, so 10% is not bad regeneration. Fortunately, that's stuck on him forever though, so hopefully we don't get another item we might want more. Although we could always remove the ring of protection. Like to have all the choices in the world, but unfortunately that's not a reality. Oh, so there's some stuff back here. Okay, we might want to get another Dark Herald and send him patrolling that way. Now that we have our one army equipped out full of tornadoes, I'm not super worried about it. Commander will probably hurt some of our own units here. Nope. Just got an extra ghoul from that, really. And you can see here, like, look. He's a lot of slingers. Oh god, but we're gonna... That's an issue. It's hurting our own tornadoes, which, you know, it'll tear through their health, because that's a bad spell. They're pretty good. They're not bad at all. Big ethereal blobs. Did we just see someone who was supposed to be stealthy next to us? Okay, I'm just being paranoid, I guess? I swear to God, I saw a stealthy unit move here for some reason. I'm seeing things. I'm going mad. I'm the Mad King. Aerys Targaryen. Oh, goodness. You can actually appoint a herald. And he will do that. And the herald can instantly become another king if we'd like. Which we'll do. Ashes of Darkness, Finger of Death. Let's do that. Okay, you're not getting what we want, though, which is we want second level Scourge summons. And I hope he doesn't get attacked while we're gone. Be unfortunate. Ah, we've killed this town. That's from this pyramid. It has slaughtered a town of innocents, drained the people in that town of its life force. We are really starting to cause some devastation. This looks like a lot of green. We should probably go up there and build pyramids or find a place to build our big pillar. Our big mountain of power. Just a bunch of rats here. They might cause us some disease. These guys are... yeah. Unfortunate. They'll die in a while, though. They have big HP pools. God, they're really hitting them. We'll have a whole old castle, and maybe we'll get a werewolf one of these days, which the old castles can spawn you. Not today, though. Continue to move forward. Drop you. Go kill these innocent little bear. Starting to lose power there, too. Losing things behind us. The fuck? Random ass cloud castle here. What does the strange mist mean? Oh, because the cloud castle. Okay, cloud castle cuts vision. Haven't seen that in this yet, so that's interesting to behold. I can't remember what this third thing is. Do we want to go murder? I think we do. We will murder this port full of kobolds, getting ourselves even more resources. Throw out the enemy. More monies. There are various things we require. Okay, this game hates me. Now we ran out of life force, and this has been retaken, which is super unfortunate. Take some sheiks and go sit on it. Hopefully not enough brigands to kill us there. And we have some wandering ants. Oh, we actually need to go check and see if an anthill's been spawned. And then we need to go play shepherd to most of the ants that spawn there, most likely. And skip past most of this. We're just killing bears. This is more interesting. We'll go ahead and speed 3 just to expedite things. Getting attacked, and you'll see these will just slaughter kobolds with their winds. They'll trample them and do all that nice stuff, although they'll get hit with our spells when they trample in and we start casting up here. Although he's only cast terror, really, so far. Ethereal. There, he hit one of our tornadoes, but not too badly. It would be nice if we could get magic items on them, but that's the one bad thing. You can never put magic items on these elemental guys. Our Scourge wins. As our tornadoes, I can just imagine hundreds of little kobolds being lifted into them. Ooh, what did you take? Oh, I don't... That doesn't matter, all of that unit. Oh, it does actually. How does strength hit this? I don't... That doesn't matter. We see them like swirling though in the tornado, just little kobolds flying all over into the ocean. I'm imagining a lot of them just are surviving, but they're like, what the hell? Maybe one of them learned it had wings, it never realized it before. You can also see we've been destroying houses with our massive attacks. We're gonna want to go grab those guys before they get any further. This is the Scourge land, my friend. Not a place for little kobolds. Yes, more kobolds to add to my collection of dead kobolds. Yes, here, okay. And our sheik can actually go deal with this. So now that we have anthills, oh god, we have 2 sets, and they're really far from each other. Not really, really far, but yeah, you can come down here. We're going to want to start grabbing these before they start running around. But you'll get black ant soldier. You'll get the tiny ones too. You'll get all these little ants, and you'll end up wanting to probably shepherd them around rather than let them go free. Because they'll just wander everywhere, but you know, it's not the worst. Ooh. Could be some very strong Bakemono stuff up here, so I want to be a little careful. They're going to slap us with winds. They're stinky farts. Stinky farty winds, or whatever you call it. We wanted to go down here and start taking this stuff. Build units here. Really need to get my guy out of here and start building pillars and things. Fortunately, we could always teleport him. Oh yeah, that's what the third thing is. The third thing is a whole army teleported with the Scourge power. You guys know the story here. Hundreds of little kobolds flying in the air. They're like, ah, help us! Dragons! Where's our dragons? There's a dragon. I have no idea where that thing's flying in from, but, uh-oh. Well, that's frightening. Being attacked by phase spiders. We might actually be able to fight them off, but we'll lose a hell of a lot of our ants, and looks like we lost our sheik. It's unfortunate. I'm guessing the kobold's base is back here somewhere. But we're not done with them over here. We will take them out in their cloud castle. What is it? Oh, that's funny. Cloud gates are a different kind of thing. Didn't know that. Did not know that. Not super impactful, besides I think resistance stuff. This differs between all the gates now. Thematically interesting. No captain, so this ant is going to go run around without us. And you can see this gets kind of wild to where you can start building armies of little ants and running them at the enemy. And, you know, a lot of them will die, but you'll cause a bunch of attrition. Town up here. Villages. We'll kill this barbarian camp, because this is another base up here we can have. But if you've seen some of the screenshots, some people have had situations where ants just explode. And that can kind of end up happening with your ants, depending on how lucky you get. And if they explode like that, you know, it can become like an eyesore, but for you it's not a big deal because they're all under your faction. And I don't know, it says on the unit there's like potential for them to kill settlements. I don't know if that's like just thematic or if it's true and they actually will. Oh god, we might actually lose our tower. Oh, skin of our teeth. That's way back here if you didn't realize. Which I don't even want to bother putting another unit. This should be fine, and it's almost dead. Those are lands we leave behind to further our Scourge Empire in the future. Huh. It's not that crazy. If we had an astrologer, it'd be real good, but we haven't really... We only have one magic library, and it hasn't borne us a lot of fruit yet. Which, if you do lose your commander, these guys will start to wander eventually. You know, even more ants wandering around. Ooh, a lot of good scourges. Generally want a captain to lead these guys, because this guy leads towards the front, which is not a great tag for a captain, in my opinion. But we can start moving forward with this guy even, too, with his new ant army that he's summoned. Or he hasn't summoned, that he's acquired. Start to explore. We have a strange portal. Hesitant to go through it. Very hesitant to go through that portal. I want to. I love the idea of going through a weird portal. But at the same time, it's probably dangerous. We're going to ignore the kobolds and let our ant armies deal with them most likely. It's also potential their base isn't actually back here and that this is something else. But there's a red dragon, so maybe they're on an island. I doubt they've made it here already if they're on an island. I can't imagine that's the case. I can imagine it, but I don't think it's the case. Ring of protection. Apt to ignore the poison dudes. And we can take a fortified Hoburg. Love it. Ignoring these towns, so... Oh god, that'll curse the hell out of everything. Ladies. Ugh. We need to start taking the towns, though, so we're gonna go try it. As our shepherd gathers his flock over here. Find another camel. Captains. We're gonna start needing a bunch of captains. Come grab ants that are gonna spawn out of here from this hut. Centipedes. Don't even need to bother with those centipedes. They're not near any of the stuff we have yet. Causing fear. Thankfully, some of the Scourge ants have gotten up here, but one has been feared because these big Scourge ants, just as a note, are not mindless. Oh god, a lot of disease. This went very poorly. Oh god, we got hit. Sped through that because I thought it was going to be quick, but a lot of guys got hurt. We have a whole bunch of disease and stuff going on. Curses laid down. Main guy's alright. It's also got snow move now, which is funny. Not that impactful because we don't really have a lot of units with snow move, but hey. Take it. Not going to drop anyone off there. And this can now be ours. Which, you know, it means a little more gold, and we have access to Hoburgs now, although I don't know why we'd really want them. They just really slow down our movement. And we already have a good archer corps that we can eye on. No ants have spawned as of yet, thankfully. I say thankfully because we still don't have any commanders to lead them. And we have enough gold just about and other resources to build our big 100 draining thing, which I think we'll go out into the mountains here and build, even though it's a little close to our... Ooh. I think this is at that palace, so there's definitely a kobold mine down there. Those guys are dead. Which means some resources are going to have to go to deal with this new problem that has arisen. Oh good, another queen. And you'll see these are just going to exponentially get better, although they might kill this queen. Lano can go hide. Meanwhile, up here, we're going to start preparing for a big fight with those kobolds. Oh good, more ant queens. It's not exactly what we needed at this current... Oh god, I don't want to hit century. This current juncture, but we'll live with it. Hoping the kobolds stay away for a little bit. And rest on their laurels. Okay, we have another ancient forest we're going to want to drain of all its life, although it looks like some of our pyramid has grabbed a little bit of the edge of it. The ancient forest itself is a nice find. Another cloud castle. Interesting. Should have taken that town. Hindsight. We have plenty of other objectives on the mind. One is to run into these mountains and do dark deeds there. Ones that Elysium will remember forever. We have like a Lamasu type thing. Some serpents, which foolishly go towards our gate. Wherever that was. It's right here. Our home almost got taken. Wouldn't be endgame. Oh, good. It's already settled. And, you know, the more of these you have, the more chance that they continue to summon queens. So, you know, this is kind of a thing. You'll end up with like these deserts full of ants, which I think is just so fitting thematically for the faction. Okay, guys, it's time for the Mountain of Power. Oh, there's a desert here even. This will drain super far though, and we might just send heralds out from here now. I don't know. We'll see. We might want more pillars up here or something. Pillars everywhere, but that will slaughter. That will likely slaughter this eventually. It'll slaughter everything around. This is not long for this world. Just drain everything around it that it can. We'll be looking at some ghost settlements very soon. But we have other things to do up here. Oh god, a Basilisk. Which, you know, in this situation, if they do attack, Basilisk will let them know its fury. They are moving out. They've also usurped a brigand lair, which isn't good for anyone. Oh, goodness, that's a big army. We will take the Coward's Road this way. So we don't want to get blasted with all that wind. Also not a level 3 caster. We'd likely lose that fight with Yazil, and I don't want to lose my first Herald. As they go take anthills, they're going to kill one of our queens. Many of them will die, as you can see here. But, you know, it sucks losing a queen. It means less ants in the future, too. And less ants spawning as they run over the hills. I don't know if it spawns other ants if they get independent. I have no idea. I do know we now have an army. It's a sight that I like to see. There we go. 71 versus this many. I think we'd probably win because we have a Basilisk, and that would just tear through lines of kobolds. Dark Serpents cast things like Fear and stuff like that. Potentially not ours, but some do. Believe me, I'm telling you the truth. My cats have one of those long-term water things, and it just makes this sound sometimes. It freaks me out. Where it like plops down water. This looks like a Markgraf's lair. Judging by this nearby. Yeah. Looks like the Bakumono haven't even reached them yet. This army's killable, but that guy's still in kind of a decent range. Ooh, they have the capital. They don't have it all. We're gonna climb right over these walls. Let's take this from them. Some of our units will burrow, and we could just start grabbing the capital. We could also put a giant pyramid next to it, but I don't know if we want to do that, because then we lose all the resources it gives us. Better to drain this side of the world first. Let's see if we need to even drain this side. And the turn, even though they've taken our magic library, we need to get rid of the kobold infestation, but that'll come soon. Plenty of wounds on these diseased and cursed dudes. This guy's not even cursed, is he? He's just gotten unlucky. God. Pound through this fight, taking a part of the capital from the Bakumonos, turning some of them into undead. Not many. We're at the hour, a little past it. As the Bakumonos take note of us. Go grab your friends. Kind of ignored getting more captains here. Even though we likely should. I mean, let's do one more. Here we go. Okay. Now we move south to take on the Kobold Menace, Kal. One of our Scourge Lords. We'll bravely go that direction. Evan Kelp is still chilling. Very exhausted. Yazil. Could start constructing guardians. Yeah, I do. I want to construct some guardians on the capital. So what do guardians do? They're level 1 dark magic, so they're not that good. But, you know, they're statues, so they have giant armor, great magic resistance, great HP pools. They don't heal, though, so that's a downsword. They do take life force, so they need life force nearby. So you're either going to have to leave them alone, and they're not going to get to cast till units are around them, and then they'll drain units around them when they fight. Or you can put people next to them to get drained first. They have basically all the resistances. They're super resistant to fire. You know, and they're resistant basically to everything else. They have sleep immunity, charm immunity, pierce resistance. They're mindless and lifeless, so those are good tags. They're immobile, so they can't move, and they're stationary. They're guardians, right? They can never move. I'm a little unimpressed by them. just because I feel like every time I put them down, they just get killed. I think, you know, they help the settlement defense of whatever you're trying to protect, so you're going to need to leave other stuff here. You'd really want to save it from getting conquered. I think we could definitely take this port next turn. Probably should. We also kind of want to save up for another pillar that we're going to eventually build with Evan Kelp on this side of the world as he continues to drain. We also want to leave some units here to protect this. Oh, actually we have this, so this should be fine just to chill out here and hopefully not get conquered by the bishop. It's been roaming around here and there. But guys, I think this is our episode. I've been enjoying this. We're getting off the ground here with Pendant of Luck. But as you see us continue, you'll see plenty of action as we continue to drain the land of its resources. We have 2 clear opponents. We have L over here somewhere. 3, I should say. We have the kobolds spawning units down here, and they must have a base somewhere else with the white kobolds, unless it's been killed already. Other than that, you know, we have L, the Bakmono, all dangers, all that we're going to be dealing with. But you'll have to see that next time, as, just make sure we saved. As, this is this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.